Ouais. Hello.
Yeah. Uh, Max, come on, yeah, man. Just starting the stream. I was literally AFK up until just now, so hopefully you weren't too annoying. I hope. Say no. That's all I got at the end. Man, next time I gotta remember not to be sitting in a public Discord call. Oh man. Oh, sorry. Yeah, dude, all is forgiven. That's not a problem, man. Not a problem, my man. You're all cool. You're cool in my book. I'm still getting ready on my end, so stream's gonna be starting here for a little bit longer. let's get this show on the road. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another daily plan. I'm your boss, Joe Boss. And man, Max, you are the hype man, that's for sure. Appreciate it. That's great. Now, imagine if you're here during the morning streams when there's like 6 or 7 other people in the chat too. You really get them fucking riled up, that's for sure. These afternoon streams, these lunch streams especially, don't usually have as many viewers, so everybody who shows up, I'm going to be very, very grateful for, very appreciative of. I'm sure plenty of people are going to end up watching this recording, frankly, because a lot of people are going to be usually working or asleep right around this time in the world. Also, it's a Friday night for a lot of people, like in a couple of hours, and some people are getting prepared to go to town, you know, hang out with some friends, right? Do some fun stuff. I know I am later tonight. Gonna finally, after like 2 or 3 years, finally I have some. I got a Ultra Kill on a discount. There's that huge update. I was like, okay, now I have to get and finally play this game. I've tried to not watch any of it to make sure none of it gets spoiled for me. I really look forward to playing Ultra Kill. But here's one more thing. Tomorrow's stream is going to be a trading stream. I should say, I misspoke there. A programming stream. We're going to have the second PineScript programming session. Now, TradingView still hasn't fixed the bug that we found and reported in the last session. So I said we were going to continue the streams just using the workaround for the indicator so we can continue working on the indicator. And I'm going to stick to that. We're going to do the stream working on actually this trend cycle indicator. We're going to release it open source for everyone to use. It's just a centered moving average, but we're going to build it in a very nice and attractive fashion, and you'll learn how to do some basic PineScripting with this as an example if you want to learn how to do some Pine scripting. If you want some more hands-on experience or some free resources, I still haven't added the free resources yet, but if you want to know when they are going to be there, join on my WAP, the PineScript Mentorship. You can go to wap.com/plantheprofit and you will find all the goodies there. Actually, I should just use this chat app to send out all the links. Yeah, there you go. Now you can actually see all the chats. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, PineScript. Yeah, PineScript. It's the coding language for programming, scripting language for trading views in the games. So tomorrow we'll have a stream that goes on for probably an hour or two. Depends on how many people are interested in it. Not a whole lot of people, I'll do it for an hour. The more people who watch, usually the longer I will go for. Oh man. Something's going on with the internet. I'm getting some dropped frames for some reason. I'm not totally sure what's going on here, but everything seems to be like intermittent. There'll be periods of like 20 seconds of bad internet followed by 10 minutes of good internet. So I know for sure it's not me. So if the stream is a little choppy, I'm sorry, but the main thing with this stream is I'm going to be taking some requests because we are mostly going to be listening to Trump sign some executive orders and give his address to the White House summit. I'll turn down the audio of the music, the volume of the music, just a tad here. And once we have all this stuff done, I'll be going through charts to see the reaction of crypto assets during the summit. But if you, in all seriousness, I'm just looking for an excuse to play around with the charts while we listen to this summit. So yeah, give some recommendations for some charts. Is it because of bee spam? No, I don't know what you mean. I don't think you're spamming at all, my man. You're having fun with the chat. It's your playground at the moment. All well and good, my man. All well and good. So we got about 9 minutes left. You can see on the countdown timer until Trump speaks. And I have a SWOC open here. So if we get any other news... Uh-oh. I hate it when that happens. I wish there was a way to disable that. Maybe there is and I'm not aware. But on Windows, if you shake a window around like that, it hides all the windows automatically. I hate that. I hate that so much. Let's see here. Let's go to a 5-minute. Looks like we've been running up since the New York session. Well, actually, New York is right around here, so we rallied up. Post New York, we fell, and now we're rallying again. So net, we're down on the day. Right, this little super gray line, I don't even know if you guys can see that. That at 90,000 is, I believe, yesterday's close. Or today's open. Don't know what the setting was for. But overall, we're holding up. We're holding up and we're holding up. So net things are all right. Let's look at some forecasts real quick. Let me bring up a cool little chart here. Let's see, indicators. All right, very cool. I got it. Three most probable scenarios for Bitcoin. Scenario 1, let's make this bigger. Scenario 1, BTC price at 95K, probability 58%. Probability of Bitcoin going to 80K. So 95 is way up here. So the most confidence is over there, which is a generally bullish scenario. Scenario number 2 is 80K. So going down by about 8,000, which is way down here. That is effectively a 50-50 move. And then going up to 100,000, which is about a 12K price move higher. That has a 35% probability, which is very bullish. From what I know, Bitcoin prices should start getting bullish now and likely hit the 90Ks, the mid to high 90Ks, over the next week. Yeah, that's still what the forecast shows. And we can highlight this forecast. We can actually pull this out and make it larger. Easier for you all to see. It's a very nice dynamic chart. Let's scrunch that down a little bit. There we go. So what we're looking for is generally, okay, most of the odds here, most of the probabilities, and just as an FYI, these probabilities, quote, are derived from aggregate market bets, offering insight into crowd expectations. The red zones are the most probable, and the other colors, as they get lighter or cooler, correlate to lower probabilities. So this red area is the highest probability, and over here you get to lower and lower and lower probabilities. But you can see that there's a higher price, like a skew out to up here. This orange section and yellow section, how it skews up. And then you have this dotted line that skews higher. So let's see, in the bullish scenario, where do we end up? So this would be tomorrow. That's Monday. So Monday we should probably be still in the 89 to 90K price area zone. And then hopefully by probably the third week of March, we should conservatively be in the mid 90s. Conservatively. That's what we would like to see happen. Alright, and I got some good news. The stream's connection is doing better. We're dropping less and less frames over time. So I don't know what was going on. Maybe it was just a small problem. Hopefully it gets fixed here just by, by waiting it out. And we are still waiting. We have 4 more minutes until at least RSBN starts. Let's mute this first. Go live.
Thank you, Chris.
All right, just wanted to play out some of those remarks
This
by
is from
President
earlier
Trump
today.
from inside of the Oval Office. We always got you covered on Live Now. We'll take another 2-minute break. Be back in moments.
We'll save this chart on the right. All right, so we don't need to watch that. Okay, so we still got 3 more minutes here. Thank you guys for hanging out with me in the stream. I greatly appreciate it. Give me some company. You know, there's 900 people watching the stream that were restreaming here, effectively, that we're watching. And I'm glad you guys are deciding to hang out with me and watch me do some analysis on crypto as we get new information. And yeah, we're getting a lot of people coming in through WAP. Still a lot of people joining into Plan the Profit Discord. And I'm pretty sure most of you guys are already in the Plan the Profit Discord. But I'm going to show you something here because, you know, usually during my streams when I bring up the Plan the Profit Discord, right, I'm going over, hey, we have all of our events for the future streams that we have right here, right? So if you're interested in these future streams, you have US CPI and Bank of Canada the pregame and Bank of Canada rate decision here for next week. It's kind of back to back. These might end up becoming just one big fat stream, honestly. So we're going to have 2 events set up for that just in case it ends up being 2 separate streams. We have the trade forum where you can share your own trade ideas, your logs, results, and future topics for the stream, or entire trade plans if you want analysis done on, oh, what do you think about these trade plans here, Joe, for these assets? Let's go ahead and break them down live. And some feedback on some trade ideas here. And then we have the outlooks for the week ahead. We're getting a bunch of outlooks today. This is actually the latest one so far. Weekly Economic and Financial Commentary by Wells Fargo. This is for next week. So we're already getting the latest outlooks released here. And if I'm not mistaken, yep, here's the research forum for all the geopolitical topics. And then under indicators, if I'm correct, yeah, we have all those tickets open on indicators. We have a separate server currently set up for PineScript discussions. I might end up killing this Discord server and just make a separate chat channel. But I'd prefer the people who are interested in the PineScript mentorship and want to talk really heavily and share PineScript code with each other to have their own little spot that's just separate from all the notifications, from everything else, just to have like a clean slate programming area. So there's only a scripting channel in here. There's moderation channels, right? Those are just defaults, and then a joins channel. So the only thing that's getting discussed in
Good
this
afternoon.
server,
welcome to RSBN Live. I'm
program.
Matthew Alvarez as we are looking live there, of course, at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Quite the morning of coverage with Robert McNeely here in studio as we saw President Trump speaking
Alrighty.
at the
With
Oval
that
Office,
said, we're
giving an
gonna get
update
right
on
on
the jobs
into this.
report, and also seeing Fort Bragg get its rightful name. So a lot of coverage from this morning. And of course, today, President Trump, ending the week with more executive orders at about 2:30. That's the schedule that we're seeing right now. So as soon as we get that feed, we'll go there. But also at 3 o'clock, we see that the president's actually going to be speaking to this Digital Assets Summit. So it's in the State Dining Room. It's the delivering remarks at the White House Digital Assets Summit. So that'll be happening at about 3 o'clock. So we'll be bringing you those 2 elements live
Harold.
as they
Nice to
happen. Of
see
course,
you.
we'll go over some of the Oval Office sound
Thank you
bites
for
that we heard
hopping
from
in,
President
man.
Trump from earlier. Of course, talking again about those numbers, also talking a little bit about the Russia-Ukraine situation, just wanting peace to be the main topic there, and of course the main next step. So he's interacting with both leaders to get that done, and so are he and that great all-star cast of his cabinet, a number of people working on that within the war situation there in Ukraine. So we're going to be covering a number of items today. Of course, also there's a pretty cool patriotic video that will show you that President Trump and the team has released as well. So we'll get to that in just a minute, but all of it brought to you by Colonial
Check
Metals
this
Group.
out.
Of course, all you have to do is go to freegoldguide.com.
U.S. Treasury examining options for easing energy
/RSBN for
sanctions
more
on
information.
Russia.
So it's freegoldguide.com/RSBN. Of course, tax sheltered IRA, 401k,
That
all backed in gold and
is kinda
silver.
nutty.
It's always good to have that backup plan, especially with the urgent retirement warning that's out there by Colonial Metals Group and others. It's really good to shield your savings, whether that's retirement or just a nest egg, in gold and silver. So you get more information on Colonial Metals Group. So go to freegoldguide.com/RSBN. All right, so
persistent
it's
inflation,
2:32
not
Eastern
good.
time. Of course, we'll be
That'd
taking
keep
you
the
to
Fed
no
higher for
live
longer.
coverage there, looking beautifully at the White House, the Capitol building, as we are going into the weekend, of course, as Robert was saying this morning. Hopefully you have a wonderful
Yeah, so they don't have the cameras set up quite yet for everything, but we're gonna keep an eye on this. All right, now it's time to make suggestions for assets to look at going into the event. I have Bitcoin open here, but if you want me to check out ETH, if you want me to check out Sol, XRP, I mean, it would be a smart idea, frankly, to just make sure all these things are in the watch list. So real quick, XRP, USD. Let's go ahead and add this guy to the watch list. There we go. Now we have XRP in there. And then Sol USD. Add to watch list. Right. And then ADA, Cardano. I have these in other watch lists, but now for the daily plan streams, I want to make sure that we have these in our watch lists. ETH dollar, please. Sitting at recent support after a large drop. Okay. And we'll just kind of block those guys out for now. All right, let's check this out. This is on a 5-minute. Let's go to an hour. Okay, let's go to a daily. Yikes, that is not great. That has been terrible. Oh, look at these expectations. We said down and then up. We didn't quite get that, but we caught the down move where the price ended up, and then we got the close correct. Oh, man. So yeah, that was an unexpected continuation, but we got the ending price correct and the bottom around the time we expected it, but that was just a wick, so we could just say, maybe that's not totally right. That's nice to be able to point out. So those expectations didn't quite live up to my standards, at least. Let's go ahead and check things out with the rest of these indicators. So looking at the month, nothing terribly crazy. The high is probably in and the low is probably in, but given the recent volatility, I wouldn't bet too hard on that. Let's actually look at this. Yeah, it's just insane volatility. Insano volatility. I'm gonna do one thing here. ETH USD. Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that index, but I think this is actually going to be more accurate. These are actually two different things there. So now let's go to that 12-hour, because I was like, this doesn't look right. Yeah, see, now it's changed, right? Now it looks different, because these ranges are supposed to open at the open. So yeah, that's an insano move there. Let's check out the timing dots real quick. Let's set up the settings so we look at the high dots. Look at some clotheslines. Let's call it 2%. Not a whole lot of moves higher. Yeah, this thing's probably just done for the week at the moment. Yeah. Maybe a bit of a slight move higher. Yeah, that's probably the top 4. Probably the top 4. Let's look at some closing odds here. Yeah, most of the time, seasonally. Over how many years of data do we have? Let's turn on the strategy dashboard here. It's going to be behind the chat, so real quick. Let me... Yeah, not a problem, Harold. Appreciate that. Okay, so we have 9 samples. That seems like we should be expecting more than 9. Right? ETH, USD, right? If we go to like Coinbase. No, wow, there's not that much data. ETH, USD. Yeah, there's not that much data here on these charts. Yikes. Well, at least in the last 9 years, I can say that Ethereum for the 9th week of the year has never closed outside of R1 or S1. We've closed the week, ended the week between R1 and S1. But because there's only 9 samples there, I wouldn't put too much trust in that. You need more. When it comes down to seasonal data, you want a lot of seasonal data, and you want an asset that behaves seasonally. And crypto tends to try and not behave seasonally. Alright, he's just selling home insurance or something. Home security. Let's go ahead and check out the daily ranges. I'm not huge into altcoins, is what I make out of it. Harold, don't get me wrong, it's nice to see that the US Reserve is picking up these coins, but now that we have the context that this reserve is going to be made exclusively out of coins that have been confiscated by the authorities, it's not as huge of a upward push as it otherwise would be. You know, the hope was that these coins would get pumped up higher by the US government getting involved in actively purchasing these assets for a reserve. However, it seems like because there's too much of a conflict of interest, frankly, that it's not going to happen. Too many people in the Trump regime and in the Trump administration kind of have their fingers in the pie when it comes down to some of these crypto projects. So, I mean, we can check out ADA here, right? You can just see how crazy of a move these things are. Usually it does not go that far down. The whipsaw and volatility. Here's one thing I want to check out back over on Bitcoin. Get those timing dots out. Yeah, I'd more or less, given the data that we have here, I'd expect more sideways movement going into the end of the day now. Let's load up a 4-hour chart. Yeah, into the end of the week, more sidewaysy. I agree with 79k, or rather 89k, not 79. Sorry, I don't mean to scare anybody. Oh, we're going to $10,000 lower. No, 89. Yeah. And then, yeah, 89 seems reasonable the more data that we load here. Given the current low, so long we're not going lower. Yeah. Closing slightly above the current level where we are at makes sense to me. And if we look at the monthly, don't get me wrong, there's not that many data points, but if this is the low for the month, 100K is not out of the question, right? And when we looked at that forecast and it said 95K, I mean, a lot of tops that follow from lows in this area here. And we can increase this to be, 4%, 4 bars, right? So any lows that occur in the month around this box, these are the sequential tops that come in, all these dots. And then the lines point to the sequential close of that said month. So what we're doing here is saying, okay, given the low for the month is somewhere in this box, where have the following highs been and where have the following closes for those respective highs occurred? And you can see a lot of these closes kind of they cluster around here in the upper 90Ks and up here around, call it 15K, right? But that would be a pretty strong move higher. Like you would need something, some serious risk on information to come through to support that kind of move. And I don't think we have that kind of information just yet to make that sort of assessment. Right? I think that makes sense, Yes. Indeed. Very much. Yeah, and thank you guys who are hanging out over on Twitch. Appreciate you hanging out over there. And to the guy also on WAP, thank you for watching. I'm still watching the WAP chat, so if you do chat, I will be able to respond to you, don't worry. Even if you don't show up in the little chat box in the bottom left here, I will be able to respond to you. Yeah, nice, chill stream here. And we are still waiting for Trump to come out. I am going to listen to this for just a second.
All of our troops and others down there, of course, are great agents with Customs Border Protection working together all on the southern border to take care.
All right, he's just talking about border control and whatnot right now. So we're still waiting. We got some news from Financial Juice here. I'm going to zoom in a bit more. Trump team weighs ending the oil price cap if Russia talks progress. Oh my god, we're getting like one step closer to my forecast, guys. This morning, in this morning stream, I said, you know what would be crazy good signal for the US-Russia relationship improving? And also people talking about the end of the US dollar going away, right? Everyone's like, oh, the BRICS, they're going to make their own currency, the BRICS. And here I am saying, well, what if, right? What if? Let's do a game here of what if, right? What if, in order to have, no standing army in Ukraine and no Russian standing army in the Donbass, right? And things are just going hunky-dory in Ukraine and we have peace and relations with Russia and the United States begin to improve. What if on one of the things that ends up occurring is we see Russia saying something along the lines of, hey, we would love to continue doing business with the United States if they will, do X, Y, and Z on our market, and releasing some of these sanctions, doing some of these things with the oil price and oil supply, right? And maybe a couple of things militarily, some compromises. And one of the things that gets put on the table is, oh, and the Russians will use US dollars for all their oil purchases. We won't go for gold, and we won't go for renminbi, and we won't go for rubles. We will just use US dollars, and we will promote the use of US dollars for exchanging Russian crude again. I think that would be I think that would, again, all the guys who say, oh man, you know, the Russians are the BRICS, man, the BRICS, oh, the Chinese, and, you know, dollar's collapsing, the West is collapsing, and then, oh, Russia would like more of our US dollars for their oil. Oh man, that would be, I think that would be absolutely hilarious. I think it'd be absolutely hilarious. But it also, I think, would be a very, very cool thing to see as kind of proof that the relationship between Russia and the West healing, right? Getting back to talking about trade and getting back on the right track and, you know, world peace. All the good stuff we want to see in here. Let me know what you guys think about that. Do you think that's feasible? Do you think I'm out of my mind? And if you'll indulge me, how far do you think that idea could actually go? Yeah, still no update. Let's go here. This is muted. Stand up for science rally. We don't want to watch that. We are here for the crypto summit. Where is the crypto summit? And, you know, if you don't feel like you can, if you're watching this later or watching it right now, and you don't feel like you can make like a huge response and you got a lot that you're thinking of potentially responding to that thing that I just said about Russia and the dollar and the whatnot, post it here. Post it in the trades forum. This is the spot to do it. Go ahead and make a new post. Type up what you want to do, and I believe just tag it under commodities because it's oil related. You know, forex and commodities because it's dollar related. Or I think, yeah, there's also a stream topic and Q&A tag. So if you want to just respond to stream topic Q&A, you can also do that. Put that back over there. I actually would really look forward to any responses on it. Considering how small this channel still is, right? I mean, don't get me wrong, it'll probably stay small for a good while, you know? But I'm doing the work, right? I'm pumping out the videos, I'm pumping out the streams, I'm giving the good commentary, I'm helping people out, I'm getting the trading group running, I'm pumping out the research, right? I'm improving my editing skills, man. Man, yeah, we'll see how small, quote-unquote small, the community is by this time end of year, if I keep up this pace. Wow, there's 5,500 people currently watching RSBN right now, waiting for the same thing that we're waiting for, this Digital Assets Summit to start. Yeah, Max, I get compliments all the time. In fact, I've had a few people say, hey, could I get a copy of your Discord layout? I've had like a half a dozen or so people ask me that, and I just give it to them. Like, it's just a Discord layout. But the way I thought about designing it simply came from how would I want to use Discord personally? How do I make it the least annoying way possible? And because the community is small right now, and by small, I mean there's not like crazy activity in every single channel, you know? I'm very loose with like, okay, sure, you posted geopolitics in the general chat. I don't give a crap. We can just forward it, right? Oh, you might have posted something in the wrong thread. Okay, just you know, the forwarding feature in Discord has made it so much easier to be lenient on like posting shit in the wrong channel, right? So it's very lenient right now. I don't care if you're posting things in exactly the right spot. Just make sure it's generally like generally the right spot. And if you don't know where to post something, just put it in a general chat. We can forward it to the right place later, right? If it really matters. Like, especially if you're new to the server, you don't want to have to learn like all the precise rules of how everything's freaking organized. Just post it in the general chat, and then we're like, oh yeah, that goes over here. Let's forward it over there. And we don't necessarily need to delete the message either. It's just like, okay, and now you know. But then if you start posting like the same thing after we've told you, like, okay, dude, you're posting Australian political updates in the general chat, and you've been doing this for like the last week. This is good information. This is good data, but we have a thread, right, in the research forum. And I can show you this right now. We have a research thread for Australian federal election politics, right? Like, this is the spot for this work to be done. And it's way easier to search a thread like that, and it's way easier to get in contact with the other people who are actually interested in the same topic like that. It's like so straightforward, right? So straightforward. You don't have a billion channels to go through, right? So yeah, when you start posting in the Discord, I don't really care where you post. And if you try and put it in the right place and it's quote unquote still not the right place, no care. Well, all I care is about repeat offenses, right? No, I'm pretty sure Big's asleep at this point right now, if I'm not mistaken. I'd be pretty surprised if he was up, like, right now. Yeah, and we don't need to watch this ad either. Let's see here. I mean, now would be a really good time for chart requests because we still got time to kill. I don't know why the event hasn't started yet, but it's going to be a very good time to be making chart requests if you want me to go over stuff in more detail with these indicators and whatnot. Yeah, not a whole lot of data there. There's more data there. I mean, that's the low for the month right there. So if that is, in fact, the low for the month, this is how prior events have printed. And I don't think we're going to go way up here by the end of the month. It seems like most of the data points are around here, around 2.6, 2.8, right? For XRP by the end of the month. So probably something that looks a bit like this, right? Maybe we end up along that kind of path for XRP going forward. Yeah, Big is surviving in the outback. Dude, most people who go and work outside in Australia, I have so much respect because, dude, if you don't cover up right, I actually was talking to Big about this not that long ago. You know, there's all these dangerous animals and all these hazards, don't get me wrong, in Australia, but the biggest hazard that I know people gloss over the most, frankly, especially when they don't know a whole lot about Australia, is how hot it gets. And if you don't cover yourself up with a good hat, good face mask, right, you can end up with like incredibly burnt or leathery skin working outside for years and years and years like that. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not only Australia where it's like that. You know, there's a lot of places where it's hot, right, where it's like that. But man, if you don't cover up well in Australia, you become beef jerky. Let's see, anything new? No. No. How about NBC? Still nothing here. We got 2,000 people watching NBC, 6,000 people RSBN, and 1,400 people. 14,000 people, rather. 14,000 people watching live now. Wow. People really love live now. Let's go ahead and scoot this. Oh, grab the wrong thing there. There we go. Scoot that over. Just a tad. So let's see here. We got a lot of closes here. And that's roughly in line with the 100K, 94K expectation that we had from here, right? This is 90K, and that's 100K. This is March 23rd. So March 23rd is right about here. Okay. So we'll probably make a high somewhere around here. If I were to guess, you know, some kind of pop, something like that. If we're going to make a higher high. Or if you want to be more conservative, an expectation along these lines here. A lower volatility move versus something that's higher volatility, right? This would have a lot more fluctuations inside of it. So what's the volatility forecast? This or this? That's the question. And more or less, I would just expect that. I'd expect maybe some slightly lower volatility. Unless things with the stock market go really sour, or for example, US GDP actually comes in at that negative print that the Atlanta Fed talked about. That would be really bad. That would increase everyone's fears of a recession happening in the United States, and then, you know, the US dollar would fall at that point. Yep, still waiting for one of these places to start showing the summit. Man, look at that. 4,500 people watching NBC. 6,400 people still watching RSBN. And still 14,000 people watching live now. Let's see here. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster week, I agree, as far as geopolitical stuff. Putin said he is ready to agree to a Ukraine truce. U.S. non-farm payrolls came in lower than expected, really? I mean, the expected was 160K and it came in at 150K. And the prior number was 140, so it's still an improvement over the last month and did alright. And unemployment rate came in higher than expected. It came in 0.1% higher than expected. It was a slight, it was an incredibly marginal increase, man. I have the bounce for daddy duties. We'll catch up. Absolutely, Harold. Go ahead and take care of yourself. Be a good father, my man. I know you are. Very good man, Harold, you are. See you in a bit for sure. Whether you watch the stream or catch the stream later on. Because I don't know how long the summit's going to go, honestly. We might still be around by the time you're done with your daddy dudes. Unless you're going to go and enjoy the rest of your night. And in that case, definitely hope to see you back at the stream, the next Daily Plan stream. Certainly look forward to it. Yeah, and it seems like all of our internet problems have effectively gone away. Again, I don't know what happened earlier on in the stream with the connection issues, but all those seem to be settled. We are good. Now the question is how good are we going to be as soon as this thing starts, as soon as all these prices start moving here? Oh, we just got a new print. Consumer credit survey. Oh man, look at the interest rate on car loans, man. Things are expensive. Borrowing money right now is pretty damn expensive if you want a loan. Things are pretty damn expensive. Oh.
Super heavy booster was able to come back down and land and get right there between the arms. You know, President Trump talks about that in various speeches. Well, I asked on my Truth Social account, I said, for citizen space travel, would you go or not? And I think about 78% of the people said no way, and about 20% or so said, well, definitely I would do it. So quite interesting. But it's a similar thing here with Kalshi. You can ask those kind of questions on there, get percentages, but actually this is for betting purposes. And it's all legal there, Kalshi.com/RSBN. All right, so we heard from President Trump at the Oval Office earlier today talking about the fact that he will be, quote, going to Saudi Arabia early next week. So we'll be obviously following that trip to the Middle East as President Trump will be discussing various things there, including having discussions with people between Ukraine and Russia to take care of that deal. And some other reasons there, of course, that would be good investments for our country. So we'll be looking into that great trip as we see it. Again, as we're live at 3:07, Kalshi, of course, what will Trump say at the Crypto Summit, which is going to be airing here on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Okay, let's go back to some prior videos. If you're just starting with us right now at 3:07, there's this video that the team has played from the right side of the aisle, Speaker of the House Mike Johnson. We'll take a look at that video in just a second, and also we'll get back into the manufacturing and jobs reports and numbers that we're seeing from President Trump and the team just in less than 50 days in office. Can you believe the amount of great things that have happened in areas of our country and our departments and all of the cabinet levels? So wonderful to see that. And we can go to that America's Back video as soon as that's ready to go, as we are live at 3:08 Eastern Time. Let's go to that right now.
Yeah, we're good. We don't
America
we got all these promotions. Let's see
is
what's
a
on
lawless administration dead set on usurping the power of the other branches of government, of finding new and creative ways to disobey court orders. Towards the end of my time with NIH, I sat in meetings where I repeatedly challenged leadership on the illegal actions of this administration. Though we agreed that we were not in compliance with lawful court orders as the Constitution would demand, we did nothing in our official capacities to keep our oaths of office and demand our leaders follow the guiding principles that this country was founded on. The separation of powers.
All right, I get it. And this is just an empty broadcast here at the moment from NBC. There's 8,000 people just watching the White House. Versus this and this. All right, let's go back to our
tariffs on Russia until a ceasefire and final settlement agreement on peace is reached. To Russia and Ukraine, get to the table right now before it's too late. Thank you. So we see President Trump, of course, working really hard to get this peace deal done with Russia and Ukraine. So again, we'll be going to the White House here shortly as soon as the live feed warrants. It's the White House Digital Assets Summit. And let's go once again back to Kalshi, a great sponsor here at Right Side Broadcasting Network.
That was a mohawk.
We know that you can go to kalshi.com/RSBN. You see the information there on your screen. So what President Trump says or doesn't say during this speech will have an impact on crypto, Bitcoin, and many different assets. On Kalshi, you can actually live trade on what Trump will say during the Crypto Summit speech today. You can trade on whether he will mention Bitcoin, meme coins, Gary Gensler, Ethereum, Solana, and more. You can trade now live on kalshi.com/RSBN. You can also trade on his press conferences and other speeches in the future. Go to kalshi.com/RSBN to trade on the Crypto Summit speech today. So a wonderful sponsor here at Right Side Broadcasting Network, and many great questions to check out there at kalshi.com/RSBN.
That's a great sponsor for a
All right, so
broadcast.
let's look at some of the numbers with infographic that we saw from earlier today. President Trump and the team putting out a graphic saying America is back to work, manufacturing rebound. Auto sector led the way with 8,900 jobs in February after losing 27,300 jobs the year before. Manufacturing surveys confirmed strong recovery, hitting highest levels in 2+ years. The private sector leads were told 93% of February's job gains came from the private sector. During Biden's final quarter, private investment collapsed by 5.7% as government spending surged. We're told that optimism is soaring, and we've seen that from various CEOs as well. CEO confidence, as reported by the Conference Board, has surged to the highest level in 3 years. So small business optimism saw its biggest ever single-month surge post-Trump election. So
this is all the stuff that's currently priced in for what will Trump say at the Crypto Summit. What, it's hard to hear me? Huh. Maybe I was just talking away from the microphone for a second there. Anyways, what will Trump say at the crypto summit? Well, more like what will he mention, right? So here we have Bitcoin, the SEC, cryptocurrency, crypto does not count. Reserve on its own does not count, so he has to say crypto reserve or cryptocurrency reserve. AI, open AI does not count here. Oh, wow. Energy, that actually is a smart one because it requires crypto requires a lot of energy, man. Coinbase, base on its own does not count. ETH, Gary Gensler, Sol, Solana, Ross, Ulbricht. That's interesting. Actually, I really wouldn't be surprised if we brought up Ross Ulbricht. XRP, wow, that one's pretty far down, huh? Blockchain, MicroStrategy, CBDC. I don't think he's gonna bring up. We'll see, because he did sign the executive order banning CBDCs, so he might just do a rehash of his accomplishments and bring up Ross and CBDC. Oh, and then these are all just stupid things, right? Hack, pump, meme, moon. Like, this is all people wasting money. However, this one's kind of hilarious because everyone knows Elon Musk's affinity for Dogecoin, right? The Empire Department of Government Efficiency, Doge. I'm still incredibly surprised Trump hasn't brought up the doggy coin. Oh, you're saying it's hard to hear me when this dude is speaking. Gotcha. So I have to turn him down a tad.
Will help to
Gotcha.
make the entire country great again. So we know that to be true. We see that happening right now. It's awesome to see it day in and day out in Washington, D.C. And also,
all right,
you're seeing it
now
right here
my voice
on
should
right
be
side.
competitive
each
with
day, whether
what
it's
this
in
guy
the
is
Oval
saying.
Office, like earlier today with Robert McMillan,
All
or
right.
tonight
I get
as we
you. I
get
get
ready
you
to
now.
go to some various coverage there at this Digital Assets Summit that President Trump will be speaking at. Also, within the Oval Office, more executive orders today. And the question is there
Dude, check
an
out
EO
Bitcoin.
regarding
What's going on?
abolishing the Department of Education?
Trump ends
not
remarks
sure
to
if that's
reporters
what's
at the
gonna
White
happen
House.
today with an
Musk does not need to
order,
be
but
reined
President Trump
in.
definitely saying
There's
that
no
he
clash
wants to
between
bring
Elon
the
and
education
cabinet.
back to the
Yeah, what
states,
is going
and
on?
that, of course,
Did we just get some
better
news from these
situation for
reporters?
us
Did these
as a
reporters
whole,
tell some crypto
especially-
traders
You
something?
know, it's interesting. Usually it's maybe a percentage
still don't have a
of the
feed in
corruption at the top of each department. Well, that's already getting cleaned out. But it looks like the Department of Education as a whole in the federal government just isn't needed. And that's what we're hearing from President Trump and the team. So let's go to a few sponsors, freetrumpbook.com. Free Trump Book.
No, I don't want to hear about freetrumpbook.com, man. Oh, that's a cool one. What will Caroline Leavitt say at her next press meeting? Wow, Kalshi is pretty cool here. Lawsuit, egg, Ford, Crypto America First Deport. Dude, this is a very fun. This is very fun. Oh my god. Ukraine, Russia, Doge, inflation. Will Trump declassify Epstein documents in the first 100 days? 56%. Oh, check that out. Will Doge and Elon Musk claim there's missing gold at Fort Knox before May? 31% chance no. Or rather, 31% chance yes. Yeah, this is 31% in the affirmative. Let's actually check out some of the markets here on Hash Live. So gold missing from Fort Knox. Let's try Summit. Trump divorce in 2025. Trump abolishes the IRS. I mean, that one, he already said he's trying to do that one. Trump banned from Canada before May. Whoa, that is a crazy one. Trump in Russia on Victory Day, May 9th. If the US President Donald Trump is in the Russian Federation at any point on the date May 9th, 2025, Moscow Standard Time, this market will resolve to yes. There's the AI says there's a 75% probability that the market will resolve yes, based on recent reports indicating that Donald Trump is planning to visit Moscow to participate in it. No, this has to be a hallucination. This has to be hallucinating. I refuse to believe that this is already something that's set in stone. Like, what? Have there even been any leaks on this? This has to be like something really vague. Like, what the hell did I just find, man? Yeah, see, the odds of no are 94% right now, man. I wouldn't mind picking up a, just burning money on this. Let's see. Oh wow, both the yes and the no people really have no statistical significance when it comes down to whether or not this is even a good market. Alright. Let's see. Okay, is this it?
Here. During the last year...
No, this is the old. This was earlier today. This is not... Trump is not currently speaking right now. This is a pre-recorded thing from earlier today. They're just replaying it. Let's look and do some analysis on more of these markets here with Hashdive. NATO EU troops fighting in Ukraine in 2025. Yeah, nothing terribly crazy. If I search for Trump divorce, abolish, cabinet signs. Trump's face on paper money before July. Wouldn't that be hilarious? Trump puts himself on like a $25 bill or something, right? That'd be hilarious. Puts himself on a $47 bill. Special limited edition $47 Trump money bill. That actually would be kind of a smart idea for the US Mint to do. That's a fun little idea. How about this? Trump ends war in the first 90 days. What are the current odds here for Trump ending the war shortly here? Estimating AI probability. Wow, it's 76% no, 23% yes. So a lot of people are not expecting peace before effectively March, right? Or early April. Oh wow, but the guys who bet yes are really correct. Like, the guys who bet yes are right really frequently. Yet when you look at the yes is at 23%. So the people who vote and buy the yes shares are smarter traders. And by smarter, I mean when you're on the right side of this histogram. Let me read this out here. Yes wins. Traders on the yes side have historically performed better based on past performance. So this looks at all of the yes traders and all of the no traders, and it looks at all their past wins and all their past losses and aggregates them all into different scores. And this is saying, hey, the guys who vote yes, even though it's only 23% likelihood that it resolves yes, the guys who vote yes are usually right a lot. So it would actually be on the more surprising side, given this information, in my opinion, that this resolves to no. Let's see here. Let me ask something to Grok real quick. Actually, I can probably just scroll up here. Probably has the date, right? Yeah, April 19th, 2025. I think we could have a, let's see here. An armistice, ceasefire, or a negotiated settlement. We're probably going to get a ceasefire before April 19th. I don't know why this market price is actually so low. I think a ceasefire is... We literally could have a ceasefire next week. Trump is going to Riyadh. At least Rubio is going to Riyadh and meeting with the Ukrainians and the Russians. I presume with the Russians. In Riyadh next Tuesday. And now we know Trump is going after what we heard from RSBM. So I would be kind of surprised if there was no, like, okay, we're getting closer to we're getting closer to a ceasefire getting done. Let me copy this and check if there's a similar market on Clash. Kalshi. Search. Oh, there's actually no, let's see, peace? Wow. This market doesn't exist on Kalshi. Wow. That kind of sucks. And also, Bitcoin is kind of getting hit, right? Trump had the meeting, right? Trump ended a meeting with reporters, and then we had this dump in Bitcoin. It fell about $500, $600, and now we're falling again.
For the championship, will it be like the Super Bowl halftime show or better?
Well, you know, the Super Bowl has around 100 million viewers or 150 million viewers. The World Cup final has 2 billion viewers. So we have to make it 20 times better and 20 times bigger than the Super Bowl.
I think it'll be better. I think it will be better.
Any idea the economic impact of this in all these cities around the country? It's got to be huge.
Yeah, it's huge. It's around 40 billion in only the United States, 40 billion US dollars, the economic impact, 200,000 jobs created. It's so per city you can divide by 11 and you know a little bit what each city gets, more or less. Some cities get more, others get less. But we'll have, 10 million tourists coming, some with tickets, others without tickets, who just want to be here during these World Cups.
What team is favored now, if there's such a thing? I mean, do they have a team like so many of these great famous teams? What team seems to be favored?
Well, on the club one, which takes place this year, of course, Real Madrid, Manchester City, Bayern Munich, the Germans, Paris Saint-Germain, the French. The big ones are always there, and these clubs are multinationals. They have players from all countries.
They always seem to be there. Right?
They are always there.
Those great
They are
teams.
always there. Yeah. And then next year, Argentina, Brazil,
Right.
England, Germany, Spain.
It's going to be great.
So it will be great.
Any questions for Johnny?
U.S.
US is coming up. US is coming. Watch the US. Some very, very good players playing in Europe, but we need to bring them back here to
So
play here.
can the U.S. win?
The US can win, yes, with the public behind. They play in some of the top teams.
He knows.
Yeah. They play in some of
So
the top
there's
teams.
a shot, right?
Yeah, there is a shot. Absolutely,
That's
yes.
great. Well, we'll hold that up for you guys. Brian, did you have another question?
Well, I was just going to say, this continues your pursuit to bring America back in every aspect, the economy, world peace,
Yeah.
sports now, which is awesome. I want to preview a little bit of the Olympics. I know you talked about that before.
Well,
Bring the Olympics.
I'm just very happy to have done it. I mean, you know, I didn't think this was going to happen. I said, I'll be sitting there, but not as president. So I was, you know, very honored. Actually, Johnny reminded me, called me up very early on. He said, you're going to be president during this whole thing after we won. So it's a great honor for our country to have it, actually. It's a big deal. It's, I don't know which is bigger, the Olympics or the World Cup. What is the story on that? Can I ask you that
No,
question?
the World Cup is much, much, much bigger than the Olympics. Come on. and it's in the whole country. Huh?
Yeah,
The Olympics
we've
is
got
one
them
city.
both.
Mr. President, it's a long way off, Mr. President, but do you foresee yourself attending some matches or a match?
Oh, yeah, sure. I would like to. I'd like to go to certainly more than one.
Yes.
We'll be making the rounds. It's a period of a month,
Yeah.
and it's really top of the line. It's one of the great events, maybe one of the great events of anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Mr. President, since you last spoke about it yesterday, some details have come out about your cabinet meeting with Elon Musk and some clashes potentially between Secretary Rubio and Secretary.
No clash. I was there. You're just a troublemaker, and you're not supposed to be asking that question because we're talking about the World Cup. Elon gets along great with Marco, and they're both doing a fantastic job. There is no clash.
But, Mr. President, bottom line.
Who are you with? Who are you with?
NBC.
Oh, no wonder. That's enough.
President,
NBC.
Who has more authority, Elon Musk or your cabinet secretary?
Any other questions about the World Cup?
Can we unveil the trophy, maybe?
I'd love to do
Because this is something special. So today is 100 days to go for a new competition that we created
Right.
together. The FIFA Club World Cup, the best clubs in the world with the best players in the world. So we can show this is a unique trophy.
Wow.
This is the trophy, but it's not finished because it's unlike any other trophy. There is a key.
Oh, wow.
There is no other sports trophy like that.
Oh, that is good. Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh, you got to be kidding.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wait.
Wow. That's one I ever
And that's the trophy.
seen. That is something, huh?
We got to win now, Mr. President.
This is a good one.
That's beautiful. I've
Inter
never
Miami and Seattle Sounders play
Never seen
for this
anything
trophy.
like that.
It is it's a trophy of the future.
Yeah.
It represents the past, the future, everything, the present.
And this will be at the White House for a little while.
Yes.
So if anybody needs a picture or anything, you can take
So,
it. But this is.
If you like it, Mr. President, it can stay here just on the 13th of July. You should take it with me
Let's leave it here.
to the stadium to give it to the winners. They
There-
can take a picture, then we bring it back here after the picture.
Let's do that. We'll leave it here. We'll have it in the White House quite a bit.
Excellent.
it travels a little bit also, but I appreciate it. That's good. And I know this can definitely stay, right? Anyway, thank you, Johnny, very
Thank
much.
you so much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
When you
Thank you.
follow on the cabinet meeting, sir, just on the cabinet meeting, you said Musk will play an advisory role, Doge will play.
We're talking about FIFA. Thank you very
About
much.
the World Cup, Mr. President, you're having.
And they're both great guys. And by the way, they both get along fantastically well. Marco has done unbelievably as Secretary of State.
Yes.
And Elon is a very unique guy who's done a fantastic job.
Do you think he needs to be reined in, Mr.
enough.
President?
Enough. It's FIFA. Is this a FIFA question?
How do you see the World Cup playing out with the tensions you have with Canada and Mexico?
Oh, I think it's going to make it more exciting. Tension's a good thing.
Even for the World Cup?
Yeah, I think so. I think it makes it much more exciting.
Sir, the entire committee is here for FIFA with Johnny?
Please come up.
Would you like them to come up and take a picture?
Please, Johnny, come on. Get them up. That's great.
Mr. President, what type of enhanced security do you anticipate having for all of these big events
I'll let you.
that are happening over the course of the next week?
I'll let
Homeland
Christy
Security is
answer that
running.
question.
Oh, answer what question?
Go ahead. Security.
We, the security for this event will be run by the Department of Homeland Security. So we are signing today this document that will say that we will form task forces and partnerships. We'll have incident command centers in these 11 cities that will partner all the agencies and departments at the federal. We'll have some worldwide partners as well, as long
Global
as,
level.
yes, it'll be under our umbrella, and we'll help facilitate that, but also working with our local law enforcement is incredibly powerful. So streamlining those communications, it'll be a wonderful event, and everybody will be safe and fun.
We better be, right?
Yeah, it will be.
This is the official ball
Thank you very
with your
much.
name.
Thank you. Ooh, that's nice. I would give it to Christy, except it has my name on it.
We have another one for
Yeah,
you. Of course.
That's beautiful. Thank you very much. Is that going to be the ball?
This is the official match ball.
This will be what it will look like, the ball?
Yes.
When they play?
When they play.
Wow, that's
Yes.
great.
Yes, nobody has played yet.
That's great. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you so much.
Johnny, thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
All right, President Trump ready for the World Cup come next year.
Okay.
Says he wants to go to a couple of matches as well. Also,
and interject all this other stuff. But you know what? Isn't it nice to breathe a sigh of relief that we have a great leader in this country, a great cabinet, and really great things happening in the country? It doesn't mean that we aren't vigilant of our safety and other things, but it's nice to have that enjoyment of sport. And also, speaking of sports, so yeah, the 2026 FIFA World Cup to be played in Los Angeles. Also, the 2028 Summer Olympics also to be in Los Angeles. So let's do this. Name your favorite sport in the chat. Let's just have fun with it. What's your favorite sport? Go ahead and put it in the chat if you'd like. Mine would be, it's between football and hockey for me. I really like hockey.
ball,
Playoff hockey's
soccer,
fun.
hockey,
Football's also
surf,
fun, especially here in the South and the SEC. Great to see college football.
baseball,
I've been to quite a few
basketball,
NFL games.
hockey,
but which one do you guys like? Do you like
hockey.
How about golf? How
National
about
Hockey
bowling?
League.
How about soccer, basketball, baseball,
Soccer, hockey.
whatever
Dude, a
sport?
lot of hockey
anybody,
fans
if you're
in
watching
here.
from
A lot of
overseas,
hockey fans in
cricket
this
maybe.
chat, man.
How about tennis? Anyway, so also in 2026, President Trump referred to the fact that our country, of course, will be turning 250 years old. So even in Agenda 47, before President Trump won the White House, as we won it with him, he said that at the Iowa State Fairgrounds, there would be this huge party for our country. So in Iowa in 2026, on July 4th or right around that date, quite the birthday for our country for 250 years as we continue in greatness here at this country right now. Let's go to Kalshi as well. So what President Trump says or doesn't say during this upcoming speech outside of the Oval Office, where he's going to go to the state dinner room for a summit for digital assets. What he doesn't say during this speech will have an impact on crypto and Bitcoin and many different assets. So on Kalshi, as you can see there, you can actually trade on what President Trump will say during the crypto summit speech today. You can trade on whether he'll mention Bitcoin, meme coins, Gary Gensler. You know, to be honest with you, I'm not in this space, so if I butcher these couple names, you know
At
what?
least he's honest.
That's okay. So in the chat,
At least
help
he's
me out with
honest
this.
about like,
How do you
hey,
pronounce-
I
is
don't
it
know too much about what's going on,
Ethereum?
right?
And then is it Solana?
But
or
I know you
Solana?
guys will be into
so
this,
I'm not
so
in that
I'm,
space. I know what
you know.
Bitcoin is, though.
Also, it's a
and
prediction market.
cryptocurrencies.
Kalshi's good.
I don't understand
Kalshi's
those
good.
names, though. So help me out with this one. Ethereum, Solana, and more. You can trade now live on Kalshi.com/RSBN. You can also trade on upcoming press conferences and others
Bitcoin taking
speeches
a
in the future.
dump
So
right now.
Kalshi.com/RSBN to trade on the Crypto Summit speech today, which is what's up next on the docket for
Or
today's
Bitcoin, man.
coverage here live on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Again, I'm Matthew Alvarez. Thanks so much for streaming in. I said when we're transparent here at the network. So no teleprompter, just rolling with it, of course, here at 3:37 Friday, March 7th. Great to see President Trump there with the FIFA committee. And I saw some of the chats there. Again, what's your favorite sport? Go ahead and put that down on the chat. I'll read them out in a little bit as maybe we get some of those as we continue on with our live coverage today on Right Side Broadcasting Network. Let's shift gears quite a bit. Let's show you the southern border video one more time here. If you're just joining us right now, the U.S. Marines in California have been working really hard to seal that border using all of the wiring along the border. And also just their presence alone is really causing anyone not to cross the border, of course. So the numbers are down. We're seeing that. They also are working on trying to rid fentanyl
Man, I
from
thought the
crossing
summit
not
was
only
gonna
the
start
southern
like
border,
40 minutes
but also
ago,
the
man.
northern border. So let's go to the south right now and check out this video.
How about no?
The center of that table, but looks like that is going to be starting
this
up
is the
pretty
summit.
soon. So what I'll do is I'll take another 2-minute break, get that out of the way, and we'll come back and see if this is going
I know
right
so many of
there
those
at the
faces,
White House
man.
in just moments.
Yeah, there's David Sachs sitting there right next to the president. All right, so we'll stick here on live now because when they come back, they're gonna have a stream of everyone. So everyone is currently sitting down for the event. Oh. We have an official White House live stream of it. We'll see which one is ahead and which one is behind. Sometimes these live streams from companies, from actual news companies, have a faster responding live stream by sometimes like 5 seconds than what you get out of the White House. So just in case that's the case, you know, we'll, don't get me wrong, we'll watch the White House, but if Live Now is ahead or faster in the conversation than the official White House one, then we'll watch Live Now's stream.
Sorry, I'm wearing my orange tie.
Who's... Oh, it's over here. Oh, okay, they're finally on. Oh, there's the CEO of Coinbase. Let me highlight this. Oh, I can just use this too. There we go. Right there, that is the CEO of Coinbase. Right there. And that's David Sachs. That's Lutnick. And I'm not familiar with the rest of the... Oh, that's Saylor. That's Saylor. Who's this dude?
So for cuts, this is the widest I can go.
Who is that? Man, this guy is the CEO of Coinbase. Is definitely a C-level type. He's just like trying to be super chill, man. Very chill. And of course, Saylor is being super laid back. Very casual. Everyone's just kind of waiting for the president to show up. Alright, we can mute that. They're still going with the speech, man. Just trying to find some music while we wait here. Alright, so we are finally getting this starting. Finally it's starting. Bitcoin's recovering. Now that we can actually see everyone, Bitcoin is recovering. And let's not forget we have betting markets for what will be mentioned at today's crypto summit. What will Trump say at today's crypto summit? 91% chance that Trump mentions Bitcoin. 73% chance that Trump mentions the SEC. 72% chance that Trump mentions crypto. 58% chance that Trump mentions the crypto reserve. States. And here comes Trump.
Thank you very much, everyone. Great honor to have you. I know you've all been working very hard and very successfully. And it's a wonderful place, the White House. I want to begin, is Johnny here from World Cup? I want to thank you for the selection. And they just had a presentation in the Oval Office, and I thought this was such a beautiful, this is the trophy. This is a big deal. The World Cup is the biggest sporting event, and Johnny Infantino is my friend for a long time, and during my first term, we worked out a deal to get the World Cup, and then because of lots of interesting things that happened, I ended up being president. When it showed up, I was always disappointed. I wasn't going to make it. I was going to serve 8 straight, and said we did it the hard way, but maybe the more important way. So I will be with you as president, Johnny. So maybe you could just say a few words and show how beautiful the World Cup trophy is. Thank you. Yeah, sure, please.
This is
Yeah.
the famous key.
That's a great key.
You want to go there, President? Or
Well, you go ahead.
I go ahead. Okay.
I trust you.
So this is the new trophy or the new competition for the FIFA Club World Cup. The 32 best clubs in the world with the absolutely best players in the world. And for the first time in history, this competition takes place in the United States. Opening game on the 14th of June,
Right.
obviously, in Miami. Final on the 30th of July this year in New York, New Jersey. And it's not that, the trophy is special because it's a key, and because, as you can see, if I manage to do that. It's a bit tricky. It's like that. So this is a trophy. It is a trophy which represents, and that's why I think it's interesting to show this trophy exactly in this format, because it represents the past, but it's also projected to the future. There is no other sports trophy which looks like that. It has engraved the history of the game, of soccer or football as we call it, the participating teams of the first edition, the stadiums, the beautiful stadiums in 11 cities in the United States of America where this competition will take place. So at the same time, past, present, and projected to the future. And if I may, President, say another 2 words, and then I let you work. I would like to congratulate the President and the administration for not only for the World Cup, the Club World Cup, the World Cup, and the great work done, but also for this initiative that you are speaking about here. If I may add something in this respect, I'm not an expert at all, but FIFA, as you know, is a brand which is globally known, a very strong brand. The soccer economy in the world is worth around 270 billion a year. 70% of that, Mr. President, is in Europe. So imagine the potential that there is around the world only in soccer if we develop it. And so FIFA is very, very interested under my presidency to develop a FIFA coin, to do it from here, from America, and to conquer the 5 billion soccer fans in the world. So if there is anyone here who is interested to team up with FIFA, here we are, together with the United States of America, and we will conquer the world of soccer with the FIFA coin. Thank you very much.
Thank you. That coin, that coin may be worth more than FIFA in the end. It could be quite a coin, actually. Huh? Anyway, thank you, Johnny. Great job. I just thought you should see this trophy because it's really, it's the biggest sporting event in the world, and we have it here. And we appreciate being selected. Thank you very much. You do a fantastic job. And welcome to the first ever White House Digital Assets Summit. I know that many of you have been fighting for years for this, and it's an honor to be with you at the White House. I want to thank the White House AI and crypto czar David Sachs, Treasury Secretary. This is David right here, in case you don't know. You know David. And the man who's doing a great job as Secretary of Treasury, Scott Bessent, who's right here. Scott, thank you very much. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, wherever you may be, Howard. Hi, Howard. He's doing some interesting work right now with all that's going on. He's right in the middle of it and doing a great job.
He is.
Thank you. SBA Administrator Kelly Loeffler. And thank you. SEC Commissioner Hester Pierce. Thank you, Hester. Acting CFTC Chairman Caroline Pham. House Majority Whip Tom Emmer. Well, hello, Tom. Representative Brian Stile. Thank you. Brian, thank you very much.
Make sure to pause
Digital Assets Council Director Bo Hines. Good, Bo. Great job. And many other distinguished guests. We have a lot of very distinguished people around the table. Some of them will be speaking. I want to thank Marco Rubio also, who's right over there. And we have tremendous people very interested in this subject. And last year I promised to make America the Bitcoin superpower of the world and the crypto capital of the planet. And we're taking historic action to deliver on that promise, as you know, around the table. Yesterday, I signed an executive order officially creating our strategic Bitcoin reserve. And this will be a virtual Fort Knox for digital gold to be housed within the United States Treasury. That's a big thing. The federal government is already among the largest holders of Bitcoin, as you know. Really one of the largest holders in the world, with as many as 200,000 Bitcoin obtained via civil law and various other forms of law, and including enforcement actions. These existing holdings will form the foundation of the new reserve. Unfortunately, in recent years, the U.S. government has foolishly sold tens of thousands of additional Bitcoin that were worth billions and billions of dollars had they not sold them, but they did sell them, mostly during the Biden administration. And not a good thing to have done. From this day on, America will follow the rule that every Bitcoin knows very well: never sell your Bitcoin. That's a little phrase that they have. I don't know if that's right or not. Who the hell knows?
Trump's a homer.
Who knows? But so far, it's been right. And well, let's keep it that way. The Treasury and Commerce Departments will also explore new pathways to accumulate additional Bitcoin holdings for the reserve, provided it's done at no cost to the taxpayers. We don't want any cost to the taxpayers. In addition, my order directs federal agencies to conduct an inventory of all crypto assets currently held by the U.S. government and determine how they can be transferred easily to the Treasury. Non-Bitcoin digital assets will be held in a new U.S. digital asset stockpile where they will be managed properly. My administration also is working to end the federal bureaucracy's war on crypto, which was really going on pretty wildly during Biden until the election came about. About 5 months before the election, he became a big fan because he heard how many people were in favor of it and how many people love it and respect it. But I guess it didn't work out too well for him. People understood what was going on and paved the way for groundbreaking innovations in institutional finance. Under the Bitcoin administration, regulators strong-armed banks. I mean, they really did. They strong-armed banks into closing the accounts of crypto businesses and entrepreneurs, effectively blocking some money transfers to and from exchanges, and they weaponized government against the entire industry. But I know that feeling also. Maybe better than you do. All of that will soon be over, and we are ending Operation Choke Point 2.0. Now, some people really suffered. It was ridiculous what they were doing, but in the end, they came around, but they came around for the wrong reasons. They came around only because they wanted votes, and they saw that tens of millions of people were against them because of what they were doing. I also want to express my strong support for the efforts of lawmakers in Congress as they work on bills to provide regulatory certainty for dollar-backed stablecoins and the digital assets market. They're working very hard on that. This is a tremendous opportunity for economic growth and innovation in our financial sector, and will really go a long way. I think there's going to be a tremendous, we feel like pioneers in a way, of tremendous method of growth. And things are very much tied, and we want to keep it that way, the U.S. dollar. Long into the future, we're going to keep it that way. I hope lawmakers will send that legislation to my desk before August recess if they can. And they're very much working with you, and you know a lot of them, and a lot of them were committed right from the very beginning. So I just want to congratulate you all for being at the White House today, and a man who knows more about Bitcoin and AI and just about everything else than anybody, David Saxton. I'd like to have you say a few words, David.
Thank you, Mr. President. We're all here today because of your leadership, your vision, and your generosity, and I really want to thank you for that. We're also here because of your desire to make America great and to introduce a golden age in America, including for digital assets. And we're here because of your love of innovators, or as you might say, high IQ people. We know you love high IQ people. And we have about 30 of them here in the room today. These are the top people in the digital asset industry. And one other thing that I think that you love is legal fairness. This is an industry that was subjected to prosecution and persecution for the last 4 years, horrible lawfare. And nobody knows what that feels like better than you do. So we really appreciate the fact that you understand legal fairness and that you're always willing to fight for the right thing, for legal fairness. You never back down. You stand defiant, even in the face of an assassin's bullet. It's an inspiration to everyone in this room, I think. So it's an honor. So I just want to say it's an honor to work for you. It's an honor to work for a president who works every day to get so much done on behalf of the American people. Your administration is moving at tech speed. It's really amazing. It's actually faster than any startup that I've been part of. Is that your administration moves even faster. So I just want to say thank you for having me be a part of it. I've enjoyed every minute of it. I love working for you. And thank you again for this opportunity.
Thank you, David. Very much appreciate it.
And now I just want to pass the ball to Secretary Besson.
Scott?
David, so today, when President Trump has signed the executive order to establish the strategic Bitcoin reserve and stockpile, we're going to position the United States as a leader among nations in the digital asset strategy. It's important for the United States to recognize this fact and get ahead of the other nations in the digital age. We applaud the President's direction to use the digital assets already in possession of the nation, and we are going to establish this Bitcoin reserve. We will use this authority to augment the assets side of the United States balance sheet. As I've said many times, President Trump is creating assets for the American people, while most past presidents have created debt. And a large part of this asset program can be in digital assets. We are going to end the regulatory weaponization against digital assets. The Biden administration's actions did nothing other than punish innovators, and that all of you have made it here today is really a testament to your fortitude. Much of Treasury's responsibility in this order relates to the tax code and determinations around risk weightings. And I'm here to assure you that we are going to work with the Controller of the Currency, the IRS, and we're going to rescind and amend all applicable previous guidance. And we are going to put a lot of thought into the stablecoin regime. And as President Trump has directed, we are going to keep the U.S. the dominant reserve currency in the world, and we will use stablecoins to do that. Thank you.
Technology is at the foundation of the Trump presidency. He understands technology, he embraces technology, and he's going to use technology to drive America forward. The blockchain and Bitcoin technology are a key part of that thinking, and embracing that, and here today shows how much a leader the Trump administration and our president is. He understands it, he embraces it. As you said, you're a pioneer in this place, and this is where we're going. We're using the blockchain, we're using Bitcoin, we're going to use digital assets to pound forward, and Donald Trump is leading the way. Can't be more proud of you today.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Howard. Kelly, go ahead, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is truly a historic day, and as a crypto founder, I couldn't be more proud to be part of your administration. You're moving at the speed of tech for sure, and I will just say it's a great day to have the war on not just crypto, but the war on innovation done. And under your administration, we are truly going to enter into the golden age. And I'll just say, as the administrator of the SBA, small business is a tremendous network that crypto can be deployed against, and so the SBA is open to crypto. So I look forward to working with all of the leaders in this room to advance your efforts here. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. Thank you very much. Tom, please.
Well, Mr. President, I want to say thank you. I want to thank you for the amazing team that you put together. I want to thank you for David. I mean, this kind of a meeting, no one in this room could have envisioned this just a couple years ago. You are the one that has the vision. You're the one that said we are going to do 21st century finance right here in the United States of America. I've been doing this for 9 years. It is amazing how far we've come, and that's a credit to you, Mr. President, and your leadership, and God bless you for doing this, because it's going to make a huge difference with everything else you're doing. And by the way, Americans love it. They're going crazy. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Tom. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Go ahead, please.
Does anyone want to say a couple of words? Cameron or Tyler, do you want to?
You're very shy in front of
Actually,
the
Cameron, I think you said something earlier that I thought was really profound. You said that a year ago you thought it would be more likely that you'd end up in jail than at the White House. Not to put you on the spot, because you didn't do anything wrong, but that was the environment a year ago. But do you guys want to say something? Either one of you.
Sure, that was actually Tyler who said that. but
Sorry, I still get mixed up.
But yeah, we never thought that we'd get attacked the way we did in our backyard after trying to do the right thing for so many years and always trying to raise the bar with respect to regulations. So it's truly wonderful to see how things have changed and how the pendulum has swung back in the way that it has. And we've always felt that the U.S. should lead in Bitcoin and crypto, and it's ours to sort of lead and win. And it's just wonderful what President Trump has been doing with this, and we look forward to working together. And thanks for inviting us, David, and setting this up.
Thank you. Thank you both. Please.
I was just going to say thank you, Mr. President. Cameron takes credit for a lot of my things I say, so it's not the first time. But the U.S. won the internet, and the U.S. should win crypto. So thank you for your leadership on this.
Thank you both very much. High IQ individuals around this table. That's what I always say. We need high IQ. So thank you very much. Would anybody like to say anything? Please.
I just want to express my deep gratitude for the seriousness with which you're approaching our industry and how you're actually helping guide it in the right direction. I work with many central banks in other countries, and when I was working there, I was wondering why I, as an American citizen, can't help the United States financial system reach this higher level that the world is on course towards generally. And so I'm very grateful that finally there's been a new level of kind of common sense and adoption of these ideas. Me and the other people in this room do believe that the crypto, blockchain, Web3 infrastructure is the next iteration of the financial system. And I think that the US should have its leadership position continue in that new financial system. And I'm very, very happy to see people like David Sachs, Secretary Bessent, Secretary Lutnick taking this very seriously with their time, and very grateful them too. So I'm just overjoyed to see this. And I think it is a big part of how the U.S. can continue its role in the global financial system. So thank you.
Thank you very much. I thought it was very important that we stay in the front of this one. This is a big one. And as you know, China is pushing forward and very strongly as usual. But we're way in the lead, as we are in AI and other things, and we want to stay there. So I thought this was very important, and we have some brilliant people sitting around this table. And it's an honor to have you involved, but we want to stay at the forefront of everything. And this is a very important day in your lives. I know you worked, some of you, very long before people really understood what was happening. And so I congratulate you, but this is a big day. Being in the White House is a big deal, and you have great support. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, please. Thank you very much. Thank you, media. Thank you. Please.
Uh-oh. Looks like the stream crashed. Oh no, the stream crashed. But not the official White House stream. Whoa! Jesus.
That's good. That's good.
Okay, that was loud. Oh, the feed cut off. Uh-oh.
The White House, various events happening, including next week. President Trump will be taking a trip way out of that White House all the way to the Middle East for Saudi Arabia.
In the next few minutes with more of today's top stories. In fact, we do have a shot happening right now. The actor Gene Hackman. There's a live press conference going on right now discussing...
No, I don't want to learn about Gene Hackman.
On Monday, but
what
here's the
happened?
thing. There's breaking news, whether it's today, tomorrow, Sunday. We're always on call when it comes to that kind of stuff here at the network. So we'll have either myself or Robert McNeely. We also have Ashley Brassfield and Christina Loren sometimes that we can go live to as well. So we have you covered here as we monitor America
all
First
the
News,
streams
and of course,
are over.
everything President
Oh
Trump
man,
when it comes to the
someone
37th
screwed up.
Commander-in-Chief. So let's thank a few sponsors before we call it a night. And again, thank you for watching. So let's go to Colonial Metals Group, freegoldguide.com. Get all the information you need on gold, silver.
No, I don't need gold right now, my man. Oh, that's so frustrating. That is so frustrating, man. Dude, we wait an hour and a half for this summit, and then 30 minutes into the summit, it crashes. Oh my god, man. Oh, dude. You think it was a DDoS, Max? Yeah? A DDoS? It's a DDoS. It's a DDoS, right? Yeah. I don't know if it was. I'm not sure if it was. I think it's actually more likely someone just tripped over the cable and unplugged everything. Someone who was operating the event screwed up. Someone screwed up at the event. I don't know. Let's see if we can get it back. Let's see if the White House is going to try and go live again. Let's see. Let's go to X and check Crypto Summit. Hashtag Crypto Summit. Oh, wow, that's a really cool chart. Here are all the people who attended the summit today and the coins they're associated with. What interest that they have, what assets do they have an interest in. The Robinhood CEO is there, the Kraken CEO is there, Exodus CEO, Chainlink, co-founder Chainlink is there. Bitcoin Magazine CEO. Yeah, what the fuck is a FIFA trophy doing blocking the view in the Crypto Summit? Honestly, I like the fact that they brought the FIFA trophy in there because it's just a nice little attractive piece, right? And it's also cross promotion for FIFA. Oh man, yeah. So that really sucks. Yeah, did we get a halftime show or something? No, just the stream was mismanaged. Someone tripped over a cable and ruined the stream. Someone pushed the wrong button. Someone hit close instead of open. These are... A lot of these takes are just... Dude, it's like, what the fuck was that outcome? Dude. How do some of these people not get, like, this is an accident? What do you mean, what did I just watch? You were watching the stream, it was going fine, and then it crashed. How, dude? Look at here. Let's turn the music back on. Where is the music? Wow, that music was really quiet. Let's see here. Trent in WAP. The last he said was, "That's it, media." I mean, if that really was the case, if that really was the end of it, I'm like, I'm gonna be more in line with like, dude, what the hell? Alright, let's turn down that music. There, we're gonna go back to the other playlist because this is way, this playlist is way better. Oh man, that would really, that really sucks if that's actually the end of it, man. If that's really it, that's... You know, we'll see if there's any sort of meeting minutes that come out after the fact. Or if there's any sort of new kind of agreement, right? Appreciate that little heads up there, Trent, saying, hey, you know, the last thing he said was that it's the media. Oh, new stream is open?
Findings consistent.
Nope. No. Yeah, definitely not. No. So that really is it, huh? So AI got mentioned, so all these guys just got paid out in the What Will Trump Say at the Crypto Summit. Yeah, seriously, what a bummer. Well, crypto didn't do all that well, honestly. If we go and now check out the charts, you can kind of see how everything's dumped a bit after the fact. I guess people, including myself, were expecting a lot more out of the introduction at this summit than just that, and a more clear cutoff, because that was a little bit too abrupt to be like, okay, you know, the media is done. Let's go ahead and end the stream. Let's go ahead and check out ETH. We can also move this guy over here. Wow, look at ETH. ETH got pounded, man. Let's see here. From the high of the day, ETH is down from high to low about 6%, man. That sucks. How about from the open? So here's the open of the day to the close. That's about 3%. It's not as bad, but man, that's still pretty bad. You don't want it to be down on a day when there's like this huge pro crypto summit. And look, XRP is really bad right now, man. It's down close to 7%. That's the entire high-low range for the day on ETH. Yeah, so this net has not been so great. I'll try and turn down the music just a tad bit more. There we go. Let's see, remember to check out the WAP chat, yeah. I was expecting Michael Saylor to, dude, I was too. Michael Saylor really is kind of a big deal. Oh, I wish we could check out MicroStrategy right now, but I guess we still can. MSTR, right? We can see how MSTR is. Oh, damn. It's down on the day right now. Right, so here's the open of the day. It's down 5% on the day. That's not... Or that's prior day. So this is today. So that's 6%. That's 3%. Yeah, so it's still not good that it's down on the freaking day, man. So that's the prior close. Gotcha. All right, so we got that. Sweet. Oh, that's... Yeah, let's go ahead. Go back to Bitcoin here. Yeah, dude. Crypto, Bitcoin's down close to 4%. Ethereum's down close to 3%. XRP is down 6.5%. Solana, it's effectively sideways. It hasn't moved a whole lot. So, you know, good for Solana, but ADA, Cardano, holy smokes, Cardano's down 8%. Cardano's down freaking 8% right now. Yikes. That's not... You know, for a coin that's supposed to be in the US crypto reserve, I mean, don't get me wrong, all this negative reaction is effectively Trump saying, that's all, folks. Yeah, that's all, folks, right? Dude, I don't think... I mean, this... there was a lot of hope that Trump would mention the crypto reserve and all these other guys would speak and give their piece about how great of a development this was going to be, but I thought we would get more into the discussions. I didn't think we would just get an intro and then, you know, that's going to be that. I thought they were going to have a legit discussion on stream and stream it for like an hour and a half, and then do backdoor stuff. Like, okay, now we're going to go and have our private meeting, right? But I guess not. Back to gaming. Yeah, man. Now I think that's pretty much it. It's Friday. It's time to enjoy the rest of the day. That's the upside here. We can go and kind of focus on the week ahead here. We can do some trade planning for the week ahead here. Let's check out Bitcoin. Again, I still have net positive expectations here for Bitcoin. The closing odds seasonally for Bitcoin aren't fantastic on the month. How about for the week? Yeah, next week it seems pretty flat. We'd have to have one more jump higher, right? We'd need to have a move like that for us to effectively close next week around the mid 90Ks with that I would say with confidence. I still think that there's potential, like, for example, we could get announcements after they have their meeting. We could get some minutes, we could get some announcements, we can get some extra speeches, extra commentary about, oh, how good it went, and here are all the things we discussed, and here's what we look forward to doing next, right? So maybe later today we'll get an update, and that update will boost the crypto market back up and bring us back into the 90K handle. But yeah, this hasn't been a great reaction so far going into the Crypto Summit. It hasn't. Yeah, man, oh man. Let's go ahead and look at likely lows, seasonal lows for next week. Wow. I'm gonna triple check something here. How many years of data do we have for next week on this chart? 14. That looks pretty good, man. 14 still, like, Sana says it's not all there, but the fact that all those lows are clustered right here between central pivot and S1, this says, hey, over the last 14 years that we have traded the 10th week of the year, so this is seasonality for the 10th trading week of the year. This is saying, hey, roughly call it 870, right? 70% of the time, the low for next week over the last 14 years occurred somewhere between central pivot and S1. So I would stay on the bullish side. Yeah, wow. Those are, yeah, I would be bullish next week. That I'm so glad we checked this out. So my expectation is going to be pretty clear cut on these seasonal odds here. And then maybe a pullback, something like that, if we go back to these closing odds. This is just a nominal expectation based on the probability pivots. We can go ahead and set that to green. Set that to red. 2025-03-07. Timestamp that thing. Again, it's okay to be wrong when you set expectations and timestamps and whatnot. It's okay to be wrong. The whole point of setting expectations is to try and see how well your expectations out into the future match up with what actually occurs. And the more and more you test out your expectations over time with these sorts of trade plans and time stamping them, keeping a log, keeping track of your trades over time, just be honest with yourself. Okay, I didn't really know what I was doing there. I set this expectation and I still don't know why it worked out or why it didn't work out, right? But over time, you'll be able to ask yourself, well, okay, why did this trade really work? Did I actually have the right expectations for this thing? Was it just seasonality? Was it something else, right? Then you can do something like, hey, I was wrong on this expectation, wildly wrong. I didn't get the timing right, I didn't get the price right. Well, now you have more things to work off of. It's like, okay, why was I wrong? What research should I have done? What happened at this time, at this date? Why did that actually move the asset? It's a much higher set of quality questions that can bring you the answers to some, fairly important questions and problems. Answers to some fairly important problems when it comes down to trading. And this is a very, very simple way of troubleshooting stuff. Let's go ahead and check out the ranges. Yeah, it all looks well and good. Nothing terribly notable there. And it seems like most of our closes for the week are going to be somewhere here. So don't get me wrong, somewhere around here. So about where the current price is to maybe here. Yeah, don't get me wrong. We're probably closing around the 88 handle, maybe the 89 handle, but I'd expect that we end the week in the 88 handle myself. So let's go ahead and drag this one on down to just being in the 88 handle. Set a timestamp on that, and we're good to go. So if that's the expectation, we can adjust our drawings like so. I'm not totally certain that we'll get this kind of expectation. I'm pretty certain we'll end up with a slightly more bullish view. We'll see. It's okay to set one set of expectations at a point in time and then update your expectations at a future point in time, so long you can differentiate between the two sets of expectations over time. So here's my expectations right now based off of what I did with the probability pivots. And at some point next week, if I come to this chart and I'm like, well, based on the new information that we learned after the fact from the crypto summit meeting concluding and all the participants talking about what they wanted to talk about, and then some extra information, God knows what, happens over the weekend, it's like, oh, yeah, Bitcoin should be going this direction, that direction, And I can draw another set of expectations for that because things changed. My expectations have now changed. And then after enough time, you see how your expectations change over time when you actually draw them out or write them out. I find it to be a very productive habit, and it has certainly helped me a lot in being honest with my own trading expectations over time. So with that little bonus done, I'll go ahead and call it for the stream. I'll say thank you all very much for watching. I didn't watch the WAP chat as closely as I would have liked to, but I see you, Aristotle, and I see you, Trent, and I see you, Max. Max, you definitely pulled it off here in the chat in this stream, man. You were the hype man. Absolutely appreciate it. And just for everybody else who was just watching on the sidelines, trying to enjoy the show. And of course, Harold for stepping in earlier. So I'll thank you all. And if any of you guys want to hang out for some Pine scripting tomorrow, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, so I don't expect too many people to show up, but if anyone wants to do some Pine scripting with me tomorrow, I'll be doing an hour or two long live stream on some Pine scripting. There will be a post of it in the streams chat, when all said and done here, oh, bring it back. God, I hate that. Come on. Yep. Jeez. I hate that thing, man. Alrighty, you guys. I will see you all in a bit. Thank you guys for watching.